think a true leader leads by example. I think that a true leader is a collaborator, someone who can motivate people for a common cause. And I think that a true leader is someone that is willing to do any job, the same job that they're asking someone else to do. They just roll up their sleeves and jump right in and work right alongside those people that they're supposed to be leading. But just true leaders lead by example. The first word that popped into my mind was servant. I think that is my personality, is that I am someone who believes in serving others, whether it's in my day job or it's in the charitable work that I do, whether it's in working for my family. I truly believe that that's my role is to serve others. I hope that my friends and colleagues would describe me as someone who is supportive, someone who is caring, someone who is always willing to listen, someone who is genuinely concerned about them and their families, and just willing to support them in all their endeavors. While there have been many people who have had an impact on my life, if I had to choose just one person, it would be my grandmother. And for many reasons, she was one of the most creative people that I've ever known. There was no arts or craft that she didn't know how to do and perform well. But she's the one who actually taught me about charity and philanthropy. And I can remember going to church with her. On Wednesday mornings was Ladies' Day at the church, and we would go for several hours, and we would sew and crochet slippers and blankets for the cancer patients who were in hospice care. And so that was actually the beginning of my interest in charitable contribution in the community. So I think that she had a huge impact on my life. I started working in the charitable community at a very young age, 10 or 12 years old, as working with my grandmother and volunteering for the Cancer Society and hospice. But the really life-changing event for me didn't happen until I was in my 30s. And I was a member of a church at that time that encouraged me to become an HRS certified weekend parent for children who are in foster care. And so I met 3 young children, 10, 11, and 12, who lived in Springfield at the time, and worked with those kids on the weekend. They would come and spend the weekends with me. And so that really changed my life, in that I learned how important it is to have a safe place to live and food to eat and clothes to wear and the medical care that you need to be healthy. Because if you can't go to school or you can't work if you don't have those basic needs. And so I found that was so important. And so I have become a big advocate in our community for those organizations that are dedicated to the children and families in our community that provide those services. I believe that we as human beings all have this internal need to show that we had an existence here and that it mattered. And so I think that as fortunate as we are, there's always someone that can use our help, and we are here to either teach someone something or learn something from someone. but it's up to us to pay it forward anytime we have the opportunity. I think the first one that comes to mind is Dottie Dorian. I probably am one of the first people to know about volunteers in medicine. Dottie called me in 2003 and mentioned that she would like to introduce me to Dr. Burt, that she had this idea. And my experience with Dottie is that anything that she touches is just an incredible creative idea, whether it's art or it's writing or it's philanthropy. She's always been a role model and mentor for me, and so I was not surprised when I heard about Volunteers in Medicine, and am not surprised that it's grown to be the wonderful organization that it has, just because of her connection to it. I think she's a wonderful lady, and so pleased to know her. Having good health is a basic need. If you don't have your health, then there's not much else that you can concentrate on. You can't concentrate on going to school. You can't concentrate on going to work and making your contribution professionally or personally in the community. You're really self-focused, and so it's so important to be able to have access to good quality health care, for everyone to have access to good quality health care. I think what makes Volunteers in Medicine different from the other medical organizations in Jacksonville is the heart of the organization, which are the volunteers. It's one thing to go to work every day for a job and a paycheck, but to know that so many volunteers go just because of their heart, just because of their passion, and just because they believe in what they're doing and how important it is in the medical community. I think that's what sets Volunteers in Medicine apart. As a third-generation native of Jacksonville, I'm so proud of all the organizations that contribute to our community, and Jacksonville's become this amazing medical destination. But I think Volunteers in Medicine fills a niche that is so important for our working class families here in Jacksonville, and I'm so pleased to be a part of it. The one thing that a lot of my friends may not know about me, particularly those that are not really close friends, is that I'm a musician. I play violin and viola and played with the symphony for a couple of years. Have actually played in Carnegie Hall and Kennedy Center in Washington, so I think that's probably the one thing they might not know about me. The thing that excites me is just life in general. It's being around babies and children and animals, and it's about serving, and it's about just making a difference. It's about contributing and just making our world a better place. I just enjoy life.